Hey Maniacs, welcome back to the Origins edition of Game Trade Media's broadcasting finale, amazingness, craziness. I've got Hunter here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hunter's with Pandasaurus Games. He brought me something that I'm really excited to talk about with Hunter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got, man?
We got Dead Man's Cabal. It's death. It's death. So, yeah, we got Dead Man's Cabal. It's a new release for here at Origins. Daniel Newman's designer. It's his first big box game. It is a game where you play necromancers, and you're trying to throw a party, and you don't have any friends, so you have to make some friends.
I'm all about that.
So you're making friends from these dead people out here. Pretty unique art style. You got a whole deck of those cards, and we've got a lot of semi-notable, non-litigious names out there. So a lot of cool references and stuff. And what you're trying to do is ultimately the idea is you're trying to make this. There's some skulls up in the top corner there, in the top left corner of the card, and you're trying to make patterns of those skulls to score those character cards, and the points in the top right are what you would score. Whoever has the most points in the game wins. There's a few ways to get points in addition to that, but that's the main crux of it. Everyone starts off with one skull of each color. You got these skulls here, 4 different colors. You got white, gold, black, and red. When you start with one of each, and every turn you're going to draw a new skull from the bag.
Okay.
So you got that skull.
I'm going to take one of these over here and show that off as well.
So I drew this white skull too, and we'll say that's the one we pulled.
Okay.
So what you do is once you've pulled the skull, you decide on a row that you want to place it on, and you're going to display stuff. So let's pick a row here, just any row. That looks good. So now slide all those skulls down one spot. Perfecto.
To include
and that one goes on there. Yep. So now you would take this, and this black skull is the one that actually goes to your supply. So now I've got a few different skulls of different types. And now I would actually take one of these skulls, discard it back to the bag, and take this corresponding action. You'll notice there's a bunch of little rooms out here.
Yeah.
A few of them are color-coded. A couple of them are gray. They'll come into play later. But there's a white one, a red one, a gold one, and a black one. And those correspond to different skull colors, so you can discard a skull to take those actions.
Okay.
So if I discard a white skull, I take this Scriptorium action. This you'll notice there's cubes out here, kind of set it up as if we've used it a few times. You can collect runes. You buy runes by spinning bones. Bones are kind of like a free currency you get. Usually when you take the weak action on a board, you'll get free bones with it, and then you can later spin the bones to take strong versions of the different actions. And when you take one of these runes, you'll actually put your cube on it.
Okay.
And at the end of the game, this little spot, like you'll try to be connecting your cubes to make an area essentially to score additional points on that.
Okay.
And you can use those runes when you're making your different party goers. So like if I spin the corresponding runes on the bottom there.
Okay.
I'll show that off. Yeah, sure. The little red runes at the bottom. I would get additional in-game victory points over here on this Oracle board.
Okay.
So they just get you ability to get in-game victory points, essentially. Nice little bonus. So that's one option. You can spend red skulls to buy more skulls if you don't have the right color skulls. You need some. I need I need 2 gold and 2 red for this one, so I might go and buy some of those because I only have 1 red and 1 gold.
Okay.
I can spend gold skulls to get more party goers out of my hand. Everyone starts with 2 of these in their hand to build, but you can buy more if you run out, or if you just you don't have the right skulls for the right people, and you can spend more skulls to buy more people. But the main crux of it is the black skull, and the black skulls let you use the Sanctum action. The Sanctum action is you get to place skulls on the board, and it starts off with not a lot of skulls, but as you go, people are going to add more and more skulls, and you can pay bones to add even more skulls. And the goal being, again, to make those patterns on the cards. So like the case of this one here, I want to be able to connect in a straight line 1 red, 2 white, and a gold. Okay. So I've got a red and a gold there, but I would end up needing to get a couple more white skulls out there. So if I was later in the game, someone else maybe plays a white skull, and that could be like, okay, well, now I've got a white skull. I'll place that there on my action, and there it is. I would be able to score. If I had that in my hand, I'd be able to score that card. When you score it, whatever the arrow is pointing to, you'll take that skull away, so it messes with other people's patterns as well.
Okay.
And that's the crux of it. The cool thing, and the thing that kind of speeds this game up and keeps it a little more interactive, is that when you take your action, after you're done with whatever action you spend your skull on, you'll go over here to this board as the active player, and you'll notice this middle one has little skulls on it. You'll look at whatever skulls the majority there, and if there's not a majority, you just pick one of the ones there. So say okay, there's not a majority, I'll pick gold. Now everyone, including myself, gets to take that action.
Oh, okay.
So you'll take an action, then everyone takes an action. Next person goes, they'll take an action, everyone takes an action. So there's always something happening in the game. There's never really any downtime.
So like this card here with the individual with the boom box.
Yes.
It says 4 red skulls.
Yes.
So on the Sanctum, you're going to need 4 red skulls in a row.
And they have to be able to, you need to be able to draw a line directly to them. You can't have other skulls intervening with that.
Okay. And it has that arrow next to that, so would all 4 of those red?
Just one red skull, yeah. Okay. You just have to pick one of the types.
Okay, great.
And then if you had green runes on the bottom, if you had those to trade in when you score it, you'll be able to put your cubes out here. And this is cool because at the end of the game, depending on how you played the game, you'll score different bonuses for different stuff. Like having one of each skull will get you points. Having the most runes, have the most skulls in reserve. And this is just like a general, if you have the lead there. The cool thing is this is actually kind of a race itself, because whoever has the most cubes there gets the top score, and then there's a second place who gets less points. And after that, you're just out of it.
Yeah, no points.
Yeah, there you go.
So I noticed also on the Sanctum that you have some bones laying across. Is that a blocking situation?
No, actually, it's if you take those spots, since there's a little less room to grow off of those, you actually get the bone for free.
Oh, okay. So it's a currency exchange. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And when does this game hit the shelf?
It has hit the shelf today here at Origins. Yeah, we're at booth 537. We have copies here. Right. It'll be in stores a little bit later. These are just air freighted copies, so it'll be in stores a little bit later this month. We're expecting it probably in July, early July. We want to get to Kickstarter backers before that. We had to have it at the show, but we'll have it Kickstarter backers first, and then in game stores after that.
Cool. And what's the price point on this?
$50.
$50, not bad.
Yeah.
Can I see the box?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, there it is.
The gold foil stamping, all that
Dead
good
Man's
stuff.
Cabal. It looks amazing. And then on the back, it kind of shows you how all the rooms are linked together and everything.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool, man.
Yeah, you could check out the designer diary on Board Game Geek, too. It has a nice little backstory on how he made it and where it came from. He actually designed it all around the skulls. He saw these skulls, not these specific ones, but he saw some skulls. He's like, I want to make a game with skulls in it.
Nice.
And he worked around the skulls.
Now, if anybody wants to go and find out more about this game and more games from Pandasaurus, where do they go?
PandasaurusGames.com. We just finished revamping the website, so it'll look a little bit different when you go, but it looks great. We're really excited.
All right, everybody. Well, there you have it. Make sure to go pick up Dead Man's Cabal from Pandasaurus Games. If you didn't already back it on Kickstarter, it will be at your retailer soon. And make sure you're following us here at Game Trade Media on all of our different socials, because we're on all of them, except for, I think, Pinterest. But we're working on
that.
We're working on that.
He's got 7 recipes that you have to try.
And then also we do have a game contest going on right now. If you go to GTMgiveaway.com, you can enter to win a big prize pack of games. As you can see, a lot of them right there in the image. And so please check that out and share it with your friends.
I get an entry to that, right?
Yeah, you can enter it.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you guys are good then.
Yeah, you're fine. Fine. But on that note, we're going to take a little break here and go to lunch. We're going to leave some stuff streaming for you to watch. And we'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern for our next interview. And we look forward to having you all come back or just stay with us. We're going to probably be showing off some of the floor content as well. And on that note, we'll see you in just a little bit.